Bitter Hillary yells about Trump during TV interview. Failed candidate still in shock over election loss. Hillary Clinton isn't going away anytime soon. She has some scores to settle, much to the dismay of congressional Democrats who are trying to wage their own PR battle against President Trump. Clinton has given her first television interview to CBS's Sunday Morning, and a preview released by the network shows the failed candidate boisterously reliving the debate moment when he allegedly breathed down her neck. It was so discombobulating, Clinton said at the moment Trump stood several feet behind her as she answered a question from a voter in St. Louis. So while I'm answering questions, my mind is going, okay, do I keep my composure? Do I act like a president? Am I the person people can trust in the end to make hard decisions? Or do I wheel around and say, get out of my space, back up you creep, she yelled. Here's the moment she's referencing, while the photos run endlessly by the mainstream media appear to show Trump looming over her. The president-to-be's distance in this angle hardly seems unusual. Sitting back in her chair after leaning forward during her outburst, Clinton said, well, you know, I didn't do the latter. She then recollected negative things people said about her, like they don't know her, and blamed her composure, which I have developed over years being in the public eye, has well equipped me for being a leader, she insisted. Because you should keep your cool and be steady and predictable, she said, seconds after her outburst. Clinton conceded maybe I missed a few chances during the campaign, but another excerpt from her new book, scheduled to be released this week, reveals she's now including women in her long list of those to blame for her loss, the Daily Mail reports. Clinton referenced the throngs of protesters who took to the streets of Washington and other cities in a women's march shortly after his election, but her thoughts moved from the calls to resistance to the Trump agenda to why they hadn't summoned that same passion for her own campaign. I couldn't help but ask where those feelings of solidarity, outrage, and passion had been during the election, Clinton writes in her new memoir, What Happened. While Clinton was able to attract considerable support at the polls, really, you think so? She beat Trump in the popular vote, another lie. There were signs of an enthusiasm gap throughout the campaign among base supporters. She also took swipes at primary rival Bernie Sanders, whose attacks on her finances, speeches, and fundraising helped feed Trump's attacks on her. That's another one she blames. Clinton also goes after NBC's Today Show host Matt Lauer for his handling of a presidential forum conducted on the USS Intrepid in New York last September. She writes that she was ticked off and almost physically sick by Lauer's persistent focus on her email scandal. Lauer had turned what should have been a serious discussion into a pointless ambush, she vented. Are you kidding me? You know, this woman is sick. Let's take a listen. The only reason she lost is people know she's a criminal.
Hillary Clinton spoke with CBS Sunday Morning host Jane Pauley in her first TV interview about her new book, What Happened, published by Simon & Schuster, a division of CBS. Jane asked the former presidential candidate about an uncomfortable moment during the debates when Donald Trump got a bit too close for comfort.
It was so discombobulating. And so while I'm answering questions, my mind is going, okay, do I keep my composure? Do I act like a president? Am I the person that people can trust in the end to make hard decisions? Or do I wheel around and say, get out of my space, back up, you creep? Well, you know, I didn't do the latter, but I thought, people say, well, we don't know her. And I think my composure, which I have developed over years being in the public eye,
Another
has
lie,
well equipped me
acting.
for being a leader, because you should keep your cool and you should be steady and predictable. But I think in this time we're in, particularly in this campaign, you know, maybe I missed a few chances.
Maybe.
Jane Pauley's interview with Hillary Clinton will air this week on CBS Sunday morning.
Maybe it's all an act. People are hip to this crap. People don't want an act. They want the real deal. That's it. Bottom line. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.